Abusia yichi a ne san so mu akwa be me channel so had aso aye be media je abusia be kai some years ago abrana MPP ewo aban mu no eyade a IGP Dampare yes IGP e de some nsem bi e de ba abonten ani na ejina eye 31st December na eya asofo ne bi e ba abonten a monsem mu kan ina ne se Yankopon ene omo akasa na kasa Yankopon no omo ekasa ina na abusia prophecy e ba abonten no na che se wotibia na che se ekoso eye bibia e friend no ye fear and panic nti ema eye IGP Dampare e de emrabi e de baaya na che se asofo no edi so na busuya se MPP akwakoda NDC na ba power enrechi ya 31st of December 2025 abusuya prophecies bi akoso ama ensem bi aba abonten che se allegedly omo kira dia all doom prophecies a che se ebi ani ekiremu ewo the presidency na busuya ene omo de che se ho nsem de ba abonten allegedly omo kira IGP Christian Tete Yohonu ene the boys atumi astorm some of prophets ya chese omo ba abonten ebeka ensem ana chese eni se omo eka na busua chese omo astorm omo fia enya sakoto we de ma meka sa wampese ekọ kokoti ensem a eba abonten yes ensem omo de eba abonten a efa sa ensem we ho na se ewi abomoden na ya kire ya dwe ha eda so aye be media je chabusa mesewa se ene de dika wani etwa channel so ebe so subscribe like na wabo so ahia ma for person be tie anya bi etie yenti okomatwetwe akọ so emra sisia
combine the news review with a lot of the papers.
They've all taken a break. We don't have a newspaper. We don't have any newspaper today.
Because a lot of the
you said a lot. All of them. All of them. Not a lot.
All the papers are taking a break. All right. And so we'll combine the online review with the news review. Online review is brought to us every morning by Zenith Bank in your best interest.
Yeah. And we'll start from my jaw online. Kaswa boy 6 drowns in open water tank while retrieving football. This is a very sad story.
Oh, and terrible. 6-year-old boy.
Yes, he was trying to get his football, and he drowned in the water tank. If there are any of these water tanks at home, any of these dugouts in your area, make sure they are filled or covered. Okay, because children will always follow what they love, and that's when some of these things happen. So, 6-year-old boy.
Oh God, I can't imagine how his parents are feeling right now.
6-year-old boy gone. Horrifying. Just like that. Yeah,
horrifying.
Now, more stories. 31st night Døøm prophecies: be cautious and be measured. This is an advice from the National Peace Council to all prophets and to all Ghanaians that we should be cautious and be measured in our prophecies. Now,
I find them amusing. That's just comical.
You remember when Dampare instructed prophets not to put out any prophecies on 31st night that could disrupt our flow as a country, and now we have an office for something affairs.
There's some kind of ambassador to prophets or something.
Yes. So are they going to submit their prophecies to that office before they pronounce them?
For vetting before they are announced? Oh dear Lord.
Elvis FBA Ankara. Elvis. But it's important that we have some of these conversations because look, somebody goes to sit somewhere and just comes to
envoy. He's an envoy to the something.
Yeah. Somebody just
ecumenical.
Let me get the full his full title. I'm getting his full title.
Ghana will create post right now.
But I think it's an important position to sanitize the system a little bit.
You think so?
I think so.
Look,
yes. So his title is the Presidential Envoy for Interfaith and Ecumenical Relations.
I knew there was something ecumenical in there.
And that is Mr. Elvis Efriye Anka.
I would have liked to hear from him when we had issues with Wesley girls and Muslim prayers and all of these things. It sounds to me like the sort of thing that ought to have crossed his desk.
That's an interfaith conversation.
It is, isn't it?
Maybe behind the scenes he engaged the various stakeholders. Maybe, just maybe.
Well.
And it would be great to. So this is why I always ask for state agencies, ministries, departments to public their annual reports, like publish their annual reports.
What have you done?
Okay, they all produce some sort of annual reports every year and submit to their respective ministries, and it goes to the presidency and all that. But I think that if you come to me at the beginning of the year to ask for a certain amount of my money to run your programs and activities, at the end of the year, you need to come to me with a public account of what you've done.
Absolutely.
So this year, the envoy for Interfaith was giving, say, 20 million Ghana cedis. We use this 20 million Ghana cedis to hold strategic conversations with stakeholders in the space. The top 5 issues we dealt with, you just mentioned Wesley Girls, right? Let's say Wesley Girls. Let's say Boko is a chieftaincy thing, right? But we organized the various faith-based institutions in Boko to also help us to deal with the chieftaincy issue. We did this, so these are the outcomes. So for the 20 million he gave us, this is how we spent it. These are the outcomes. Ministry of Roads, we took 30 billion. We wanted to construct 70,000 kilometers of roads. We were able to do A, B, C, D. It must be published because it's the business called Ghana and we are the shareholders. Okay, the government accountability series is great, the updates in the budgets are great, but that's not exhaustive enough. It's just not. So Ministry of Education will come give you a breakdown from basic education to senior high to uni, postgraduate, technical education. They give you the numbers, they give you the interventions they made, they let you know what the challenges in those spaces are, right? So that next time if they're asking for more money, you know that our money is working for us. We hardly get that. So sometimes it's even difficult assessing these institutions factually, if that's the right word to use. And so they need to do better. Now more stories from my Joy Online. Ga West Municipal Assembly shuts down China Mall after building collapse. The Ga West Municipal Assembly has shut down a China Mall branch there. The story says, in a move to prioritize public safety following a structural failure, the Ga West Municipal Assembly has ordered the indefinite closure of the Amasaman China Mall. The directive comes after a section of the massive retail facility collapsed on Sunday, December 28, 2025, sparking chaos among shoppers and staff. Now, the incident, which occurred during peak holiday shopping hours, resulted in the destruction of significant quantities of inventory and left 2 individuals with varying degrees of injury. We've still not learned lessons from the Melcom collapse and the various issues we've had with buildings in this country. We've not.
For me, the obvious lesson from the Melcom collapse, the simple remedy we could have put in place to reduce its recurrence would have been to ensure that the contractors who skip steps in their construction process, any contractor who builds something that collapses, should either be fined, blacklisted, or jailed.
How about the assemblies who supervise these projects? Because you cannot build without a permit.
The problem is that, you see, the conversation focused on the supervision of the construction, as if we are okay with just anyone building as long as somebody comes to supervise to tell them this is right, this is wrong. But there are some people who shouldn't build at all. You understand? It's kind of like if a doctor botches an operation, then you say, oh, we should have supervised the doctors better. He should never have been a doctor, right? If a doctor botches an operation because they don't know what they are doing, right?
That's why in the case of doctors, there are a lot of checks and balances. In the same way in the built environment space, there are checks and balances, but the people sleep on the job.
Yes, but Kojo, I'm saying that there are checks and balances that come after the person has been given a contract and has been given the materials to build. Those checks come from the local assembly and they should be tightened. They should be, I agree. But there's another check. We should check the people who build. So that certain people don't even go near a construction site. Right? That's the first line of defense. Before you get to the point where the supervisor is coming in to intervene and tell you this is wrong. Some people should never go anywhere near. And in other parts of the world, that's what happens. If you build something that collapses, you can't build anything else unless you go and properly train. And show your certification that yes, I am qualified to do this.
And talking about the training, you see institutions like the GBA, the GMA, they are very vibrant, right? So only a few people can really stand up and say they are lawyers, especially when they are working publicly and will not be called out or found out. So institutions like the Ghana Institution of Planning, the Ghana Institute of Architects, the Ghana Institution of Engineers, the Chamber of Construction and Chamber of Built Environment, they need to be a bit more vibrant in the space and help us police the space and bring sanity to the space. But did you know that if you build a structure, before you move in, you need a certificate of occupancy?
In fact, you need 13 certificates from the day you buy your land till the day you move into your property.
Do we have
that
those?
one? That certificate is the final one. There are 12 others that you need before you get to that one.
Yeah.
And let me ask, go to your local authority and ask them to show you the file of these certificates that they've handed out.
General Mosquito once said,
why shall I'll be surprised.
General Mosquito, Johnson he once said that a law without enforcement is just an advice. So you have all these laws and we are not enforcing them. We are advising ourselves to do the things.
And you see, the way we've written the law, if you don't get certificate 1, you can't continue building
to get the
next one. But we build all the way to the end and nobody has even set foot at our construction site.
Yeah. Those who come to write stop work for something small. Anyway, it's a very sad issue. We seem to be laughing, but it's not.
It's not.
Infrastructure is the basic thing we need to thrive, and we need to build right, from our roads to our schools to our hospitals to our malls to our playgrounds. Everything. I've seen some new bus stops being put around the city. You've seen them, right? Over the past 1 year, a lot of bus stop structures are being built, and I'm asking myself, who approved these designs? Because you look at a lot of them, and when the sun is shining, it's hitting you directly. When it's raining, the rain too is ripping you straight up. So who approved these designs? Were they just built because of the advertising value of those structures, or they were actually built to ensure that commuters get a safe haven? All these are conversations we must have. But let me give you some more stories from my Joe Online. Colonel Festus Abuaje is warning against outsourcing African security following the US airstrikes in Nigeria. That's a story there. In the Volta region, there is a very interesting development. The National Chief Imam has clarified and confirmed that Sheikh Muniru is the legitimate Volta Regional Chief Imam, and that should bring peace into the Volta region when it comes to issues to do with who is the legitimate Chief Imam in the Volta region. ECG can be salvaged without private investors. TUC Deputy Secretary General is speaking, and CD records year-end rally as diaspora inflows and trade surplus break volatility cycle. Is Ato forcing?
Yeah, is Ato forcing?
Has Ato forced?
Today we'll assess.
And on the issue of Ato and the CD, I want the bankers and those in the financial sector and the economists to let us know where they stand, their own analysis, because they understand the markets better, right?
Yeah.
If a banker tell us, do you think Ato's management of the economy has been great? Let us know. 055-1111-997. Now, if you're a trader, you are the people on the ground, do you think that Ato has forced? And you, the Ghanaian, what is your pocket telling you? We'd like to hear from you. 055-1111-997.
In fact, we want your views on all the ministers. We'll be going through them. Obviously, there are several ministries, right? But some of them are key. We'll spend a bit of time on the key ones, right? But we want your views on all of them, all the ministries. Which minister do you think has done well? Which minister do you think could have done better? Right? Let's give them some feedback.
Which minister has surprised you?
Most improved.
Which minister has surprised me? I'm not saying most. Which minister has surprised you?
We listen. Let's give them feedback. Let's be honest with them. Let's tell them truthfully how we think they've done. Let's help them do better. Okay, this is not about picking your favorites or bashing the ones you don't like. No. tell them how they can do better, or congratulate those who have done well.
Yeah,
right? Let's be honest. Let's give them honest feedback so we can have an even better 2026 from our ministers.
There's a very important story on my jaw online. We will prosecute persons who do not surrender illegal arms before January 15. This is Dr. Adam Bona. He's the executive secretary of the Commission of Small Arms and Light Weapons. You know, earlier this morning I was showing you a video, Kojo, of somebody holding an advanced rifle at a concert, firing warning shots because he says he likes Ashake, and he's firing warning shots in the air in celebration of Ashake. And that weapon he was holding, I only see it in movies. And I only see, you know, those very advanced weapons, you know, like, and it was just firing. And there were people there cheering him on.
Cheering him on?
Yes, but there's a video, and I hope the Ghana Police Service has seen the video. If you've not seen it, go on Facebook. It's everywhere. Find this person. Find this person. And importantly, as we get into 2026, this year we saw a lot of festivals and funerals where some of our traditional leaders and all these Abrafo firing all sorts of weapons. We saw some across the country. You need to arrest them.
Do you see why gun control in the United States has become such an important thing? It's not just because of how dangerous guns are.
Yeah.
It's because of how dangerous people are. There are some mad people out there. There are some crazy people. And the last thing you want to do is, look, just imagine putting a gun in the hands of a chimpanzee and expecting a good outcome. That's what happens when a person who is mentally imbalanced has a gun. That's how schools get shot in America.
Yeah.
By people who have no sense of occasion, no sense of decorum, no sense of safety, no sense of awareness, are given weapons.
And how are those weapons getting into the country?
How is it happening? How did this guy get into a concert with a gun? First of all, how did this guy get a gun? A person who thinks it's okay to fire a gun in a crowded place. How did that guy get a gun? We are playing with our lives. We are playing with our lives.
Ghana Police Service, get this guy. Get this guy. Get this guy. We know you can find him. And I'm sure you even know him already.
Lock him up. Get
this guy.
Understand that this one, dear.
Let's go for the BBC News.
It's brought to us